Hello, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, you just received what could potentially be described as a distress signal.
Potentially.
Do we have any idea of what the delay for a surface message might be?
Not very long at all.
Okay.
Were we able to make out any words there? Like, or was it really just kind of, kind of?
I think "Oh my God" was in there.
I think I heard an arg, maybe.
Yeah.
So they've just said that right now.
Potentially, quite probably.
Potentially.
What do you think it means?
Can you try and get back in contact with them, Parker?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Well, comms are up, like ready for you to send a message if you want to. But can I also then just check any other readings we've got? See if there's. I guess I'm thinking the sort of like, don't run it, don't jump down the well kind of thing. Like, is there something that's indicating there's like a geological kind of issue that's going to affect us as well, or is there anything that we need to be cautious of that we can kind of see on our readings? But yeah, the send back button is ready for you more.
Okay. Yes, you can make. What relevant role do you have, Inga, for that kind of sensory reading, I suppose?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really smart. I was really, I guess interpreting the results is not really my forte
Use
at
computers?
all. It's just more, other.
Yeah, that would do. I'd take computer use.
And I've got some of that. Is that, can other people chip in, or?
Yeah, sure.
It's got a 41 over 35, and I'm wondering whether to use any luck on that.
I'd say see how Steve does first.
Yeah.
Well, Steve dropped one of the dice, so I'm having to use emergency dice now. I rolled 12 under 40, so
okay, nice. You are similarly not completely au fait with these systems and what the readouts mean, but you believe, looking at the numbers and the where the decimal places are and that kind of stuff, that in the direction that these people have gone, you are getting a, how do I describe this? A lower water density reading than you would expect, which makes you wonder if maybe it's liquid rather than solid somewhere over there. That's the right way around, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah.
No, liquid is denser than solid for water.
Then the other way around.
Yes. Yes.
What are we talking about? Why does the density matter? If it's
Basically,
liquid,
we think there's some
it's not
liquid
good.
water somewhere.
Yeah. Liquid, not good for walking on, unless you're very lucky.
I'll maybe just bring up whatever the equivalent kind of numbers or information would be for our position for more to maybe give them if it's a sort of they need to head somewhere kind of situation. But
I'm already trying to contact the ship again or contact anyone.
Can we see any disturbance on external cameras, or can I rush to the side window and look out?
No, you can't. You can't see anything.
Right.
But your view is potentially obstructed by these large shafts of ice.
And it's dark.
And it's dark. But you can see those kind of glimmering off from the spotlight, floodlight.
That's good.
But I guess essentially, yeah, we'll kind of suggest like, give more of the info needs to like, I guess presumably it's sensible to communicate to them where we are rather than just heading out, give them the opportunity to find safety. But
well, can't we meet them halfway at least?
Yeah,
if they're stuck
we?
somewhere.
Do we? I think that I'm going to continue to try to reach them. I'm going to try and get a message to Mission Control to update them, and then I think I would like to. My plan would be to try and get to their ship, which will be closest to them, and then see if we can approach. But I think we should do the whole thing very cautiously, given that we don't know what the extent of this geological disturbance is. And then I'm going to turn back and try and get through to them, and if not them, Mission Control to update them on the situation.
Okay. Yeah, you don't manage to get through to the NASA team. But yeah, you send off. Are you just appraising them of this recording that you've had and your plan?
Yeah. I'm assuming that I might have updated them a little bit already when we got back, but then this is the update about there being some kind of maybe possible distress call, and that it makes sense that we should be investigating that because the NASA team could be at risk.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you send that off. Mere moments after you send that off, you receive a message back. Saying, this is Chief Marshal Roberts. Overjoyed to hear that you've landed safely. Looking forward to your next communication. Good job, everyone.
Well, that's good.
Good confirmation our comms are working. So, are we gearing back up again then? Look
think
to
so,
the
at
captain.
least.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I think that I would. I think that Moore would have probably made clear generally that he's happy to delegate responsibility for planning at times, and so happy to have suggestions. But I think that what we're all agreeing on is that we're going to gear up and head back out. Unless Din, do you have any disagreements on that? Any thoughts?
No.
Anything we might not have considered? All right, okay. Then let's do it. I think that the objective of the mission will be to identify where the team is, which I think first we'll go to the spacecraft, follow those tracks, and see if we can find out where this is. But at all times, being aware that something out there has happened that may have interfered with either their machinery or caused some harm. So that's the thing we want to watch out for most. If we're able to identify where they are, and we think it's safe to make a kind of rescue mission, then we'll attempt to do so. But we couldn't fit everyone in this buggy getting back, could we, Jonny?
If it's the same size team as yours, you could. It wouldn't be comfortable, but if it's an emergency, you could get everyone in it. Yeah.
Then I think we'll weight strip the buggy a bit of supply bottles and things like that, and then that would be the goal, to bring them back. Bearing in mind we may need to be further we may need to be moved further away from that area if this geological event isn't localized to wherever the team is looking, where they sent that message. So that's the plan, and let's go do it.
I will pack an emergency kit of a basic med pack, and if we've got the space, a spare suit, or if not, whatever sort of emergency suit repair kit we've got. I'm thinking like a bike puncture thing. But
I think we've got like repair patch stuff on the suit, like attached to the suits. I think there's like basic repairs stuff on there.
I will
and
say we've got like a spare load of that. I'll take that.
Yeah. Can I just make sure we've got at least like a bare minimum of like not the full kind of like, I'll take all the spare beakers for samples or whatever, but like anything just to give us enough readings to again like make sure we can. If kind of work on the assumption that like they've got caught in a big spout of water or whatever, like there's nothing that's going to do the same under our feet, that so we can we get fair warning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it probably is worth bringing a couple of beakers for sample collection. A couple.
Yeah, always have a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they can be all okay. So if that's all good, I'll say grab the quickest bite to eat. We don't know how long we'll be out there for, and then let's suit up and let's go.
Cool. Yeah, you head out in the buggy, and you make your way over the kind of the desert area where you have landed, and back into the ice plume field, and you work your way through. Your plan is to go to where their shuttle is first, is that correct?
Yeah, start there and work our way out from there.
Okay.
Are there any ice plumes that are sort of newly broken, or are there any signs of disturbance? Or
No.
Okay.
So you continue on the path that you took before?
Yeah, assuming that we can't assuming at all these points we're checking communications and we're not getting anything back.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
And you get past where you had gotten up to before, and eventually you see these plumes sort of starting to thin out, and you can get a bit more of a view out in front of you, and it's another kind of flat desert area. Apart from what looks like one little hill, and as you are driving the buggy, you catch a glimpse of something sort of not flat on the ground. You can't, because you're quite high up, you can't see exactly what it is, but it doesn't look like just a bit of ice or something. It doesn't necessarily look like it's from here.
When you say something not flat on the ground, do you mean like, just
like an item on the ground?
It's not just the ground being, no, that's a thing.
Let's go over to that.
Are you exiting the vehicle to have a look?
Yes.
Okay.
Caution, if there's something that's happened here, this is the danger. This is, keep a sharp eye.
I'm staying in the vehicle.
So everyone apart from Moore is going over? Yeah.
Yes. I think, I'll head closer. I think one of us at least should sort of stay back a bit. We shouldn't all crowd around and look directly down at the thing.
We should just open the book and all read it.
Out loud together.
Okay, it is a like a sample beaker. With a little
small item. We're not like approaching a body. This is just a tiny.
No. With a little NASA branding thing around it.
I can take that branding right off. No, I'll go over with a bit of isopropyl.
You can see that the tracks basically continue on towards the raised area, the sort of it looks like one of the hills that was over in the other direction, but there's only one of them.
Is this like the terrain the buggy can still go down? Like this kind of getting off the buggy is just to pick up the beaker kind of thing. It's not like we had to venture through. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's take the sample and keep going.
Yeah. Does the beaker have something in it? Is it like a water sample or is it empty?
Yeah, like a bit of ice again.
Like a little worm that's like wriggling around. Cool. I mean, I would like to also approach this hummock carefully, and if we have the appropriate tools to do a kind of like geological sensor to see if it is about to explode, then I'd like to do that to find out before we go driving around it.
Okay. It doesn't look like it's going to explode, but it's also, you're not exactly sure of its makeup, but it doesn't seem to be H2O.
Right. Can we drive around it and see if we like how like if you want to drive around it, would it take like a year or would it take
a few minutes?
Five minutes.
A few minutes.
Let's not drive over it. Let's drive around it. And see if we can see anything on it.
As you kind of turn to go around the edge of it, you get a flash of a reflecting off a visor, and you can see that there is somebody lying on the floor.
They don't appear to have been like, you know, could they be sleeping or are they like torn in half? Like, you know,
they're not torn in half.
Right. One big bit, not lots of little bits.
Let's cautiously approach.
You do have a sinking feeling that they are not not having a nap though.
Okay.
Medics.
Yes. Are they away from? Are they on the hillock or are they away from it?
No. You're still away from it at this point.
Right. Okay. Then
we'll roll over then.
So are you getting out to check?
I will be. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take the repair on the med kit.
So you can see that there are footsteps coming away from that hill to here. Mm-hmm. Presumably this person's footsteps as they then stop. And are you sort of inspecting this person?
You said person very strangely there, John.
It is a person.
Is it? No, okay.
Yeah.
Are they face down or face up? Oh, sorry, go on.
They are face up because you got the reflection off the visor. So
makes sense. First, inspect immediate area to make sure there are no obvious signs of something that killed this person or injured this person. Power lines, train tracks, oncoming cars.
Yeah,
tentacles. No, you're okay. You're okay.
Then I'm gonna move forward and inspect.
Okay. This person is dead. You can't tell immediately how, but I don't know how you how Mark reacts to this, John, but you actually recognise this person. This is Scott Murray, who accidentally ended up on your space station. If you do a little bit of investigation, you can see that there is damage to the back of his spacesuit, and essentially his oxygen has leaked out.
Right. No vitals. It looks like it was damage to the oxygen tanks. He's definitely NASA because I have met him before.
Oh.
Damage as in a fault or damage as in deliberate or attack or sabotage or something?
Damage as in some kind of striking. I'm going to guess.
It's certainly not a fault. There's basically a rip in the back of the spacesuit. You can't tell whether it could be. Yeah, it could be accidental, something like that. You don't know.
It's definitely some form of external damage.
I'm sorry to hear that, Dinning. Hope you weren't close.
I guess not.
Parker is looking at the surroundings for. I mean, is it kind of bare? Are we in like? It doesn't look. Presumably, it doesn't. From what I'm picturing, there's not like I've snagged my suit here kind of landscape. Like, is there anything that looks like it could be accidental, or is there any sign of any other kind of tracks or toing and froing?
In this area that you are in, like if it was in the previous area, there are bits kind of jutting off the spurs, but here it's quite open, unless it's been slightly damaged earlier and worsened, is your other option. But if you're asking in terms of your immediate danger here, you don't think there's nothing obvious to you that could cause a similar thing to happen to any of you here.
Okay.
Can we see the top of this hill? Is it like low enough to see, or is it something we'd have to climb?
Yeah, you can't see over it, but it's not like it reaches out of view. Right. It's probably like 50 foot high.
Okay.
So it'd take you a couple of minutes to walk to the top of, but not like an hour kind of thing.
Yeah.
And his tracks came down it. Are there any other tracks around?
You don't know they came down it. They've come from that direction.
Oh, they come from that direction. Okay.
Yeah, so that there are you were still following the set of tracks going the other way when you have come across this. So there are other tracks, but they're going towards it rather than away.
What do we think?
Well, we can either proceed on foot if we're not sure about the stability of that mound, or we could try and take the buggy up. Either way, we should take. What was the man's name? Did he?
Murray.
Murray. We should bring Murray on board the buggy, as unpleasant as that's going to be.
So how big is this? You're saying like, we're walking up or taking the buggy up this mound. Like, is this the like we have to go on this mound, or is this like another we can go around kind of situation?
Yeah, you were working your way around it. You can go around.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to go up just because we'll get a better view. Not that we ought to see much in this darkness, but we might be able to, shine the light around and flash off something. But also, he went up this hill and he came down it again.
I don't think
he didn't necessarily go up the hill just to.
Okay. Well, someone up this hill and he came down. All right.
He just went near the hill.
All I'm saying that the tracks are coming from the direction of the hill.
Okay.
So we've been following tracks in a direction where we've found a body, and there are tracks coming from beyond that down to the body. And it is not confirmed whether that. I mean, that set of tracks, as far as we know, could be this body, or it could be a completely different person's set of tracks that have come to this body. Possibly from the other direction as well, potentially. Yeah.
What do we think? Like helping others get Murray onto the buggy. Where do people want to go next? Where do we think it's most likely we'll find them?
Like scanning around, are there other signs of like flashes or activity or disturbances in the atmosphere, or?
No, the continuing sound that you have been hearing since you have arrived maybe sounds slightly different. If you're sort of paying attention to your senses, but you're not sure in what way. It's still the same, but there's something that maybe is slightly different about it, but you can't tell. exactly what that is.
If we think the hill is secure, then it would give us a good vantage point.
Not really sure what to think, but
I will say, having found Murray in this state, it does slightly raise the priority to find the rest of them. Because I don't know if he was their pilot. He was a pilot. Which means if we leave them...
We'll be faster in the buggy. And I don't know if I trust this. I don't know if it's worth risking the buggy going over this mound.
Okay, let's leave the buggy here. I would like to get to the top of this mound and see what we can see. We can take some of the large flashlights.
All right.
okay.
Okay.
As always, I'm deactivating the buggy when I leave. Maybe I'm not even doing it consciously.
We don't want to take the buggy round instead. If they've gone further, we'll get there faster with the buggy.
We could go once around.
If they're not at the top of that mound, then we've just gone up and down this hill and wasted time.
I still think we might see something with the lights.
How about half of us go up as a recce and the other half drive the buggy around? Meet up again on the far side. Assuming there is a far side.
Makes some sort of sense, I suppose.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let's split up. We can cover more ground that way.
Dinning, do you want to go on the team on foot?
Yeah.
I'll go as well.
Well, do we want one medic with the buggy, one medic on foot, just in case?
I suppose
I
that
wouldn't
would make
mind
sense,
that.
actually, yes. Okay.
Okay, Parker and Dinning, we'll see you on the other side. I'd like to have you've got a big torch. If you're at the top, we're going to keep that on, and we're going to try and follow your light so that we don't lose you, keep you in sight, and hopefully you'll be able to see us at all times. And if we do lose you, try to use your torch to follow the tracks back to where we are now, and we'll do and if we can't find you on the other side, we'll come back to this point.
Understood. We'll still have comms.
Who's going where?
Please
sorry?
keep in contact.
Who, are you going up the hill, or are you?
We're going to go around in the buggy, and you're going to go straight over in the buggy, straight over and walking, and so either we'll meet on the other side of this hill, or we'll meet you back at the start. You know what I mean? Or does that not make sense? If that's a bad idea, then definitely say so.
It's just Parker was pro just sticking with the buggy. Parker didn't want to get off the buggy at all.
Or buggy,
yeah.
Parker,
right. Okay. Well.
Buggy and Andrew.
Parker was advocating for not getting off the buggy and just staying on the buggy. It was you guys who wanted to go up the hill.
Parker can take the buggy. I don't mind. So me and Dinning will walk over the hill with the lamp and see what we can see, and then you guys follow the tracks and meet us directly the other side of the hill. So we're going to go walk across the whole thing.
Keep the lights on.
But keep our lights in your vision, and we'll keep them comms. Right. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
See you soon.
So, Moore and Dinning?
Yeah, we're going to go follow up to the top of the hill, basically. But I would like to see if the tracks meander off this direct course.
No, these seem to be in a reasonably straight line. Cool. So you wander along, and you are following the tracks, and you see the buggy kind of some distance off now, working its way around the edge of the rise. And then all of a sudden you catch a reflection back from along the quite low down on this hill. And as you kind of move closer,
Which you is this?
The ones who are walking, Moore and Dinning.
Yeah, you and me.
Yeah, so you're heading towards the base of the hill and you catch this reflection from quite low down. And as you get closer and you kind of shine your light around, it seems to be circular. And then you spot these what almost look like roots coming out from the bottom of the hill. There's a couple of these protrusions which each have kind of 6 little root-like things coming off. And then all of a sudden you kind of realize that these are like 4 legs with 6 toes, and that reflection that you've caught coming back is a single eye. Whatever this thing is seems to have met its end, perhaps at the hands of Scott Murray. There is damage to the eye, perhaps using some kind of ice. But then as you make this realization and you kind of look around, you see scattered bits of body of NASA astronauts.
Plural?
Yes. You see at least 2 heads. The group heading around the side in the buggy, as you make it sort of around the apex of this, which takes you a few minutes, the same amount of time probably as it's taken these guys to walk to the base of the hill. And you can see that on the other side is a large opening in the ice. And you can see kind of water sloshing up little bits over the side. And this goes backwards for some distance from the base of the hill. And you wonder if maybe this is what the NASA astronauts were heading to investigate. And then you see an enormous 6-toed foot coming out of the water, bigger than the hill itself that you've just passed. And then
Reverse.
And then the creak and the groan, but the volume is about 1,000 times louder. And we'll stop there.
Well.
Cool. Yeah, no, great. That's fantastic. Everything's going great. Reverse.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh no.
Thanks, Jonny.
Thanks, everyone that watched. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat. We are not doing Vesson tomorrow, but Simba Room is on Wednesday, I believe. And then his Wicked One's on Thursday.
No.
Is anything on Thursday?
Maybe.
Might be a return of the Big Wet this Thursday. I
Okay,
think.
and Vesson is on a week tomorrow, so the Monday the 11th. Please join us on the Discord and our social media, which are linked below, to keep up to date with exactly when and where things are happening. And I think that's the promo done. I had lots of fun with that. Thanks, everyone.
Oh dear.
This game was inspired by Subnautica and the short story The Horror at Martin's Beach. which is by H.P. Lovecraft and Sonia Green. So, spoiler alert, what happens in that is that the creature that I have described as the Hill is basically killed by sailors at sea, and then paraded around for money by the ship's captain, and then basically the mum comes for the captain. That's essentially the vibe of that one.
Nice.
Tough, very tough, very tough. I think we'll get home.
I
We've
think
made
I
this far.
remember a Simpsons episode where they do that with the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, really?
I think
Yeah,
you might be
they don't
right.
they don't kill her.
The Loch Ness Monster is actually the child, and then
Yeah. I can't remember. It was past the point where you pay attention to the Simpsons.
yeah, fair enough.
What's the top speed on these buggies?
I think it goes all the way up to not fast enough.
Oh,
Maybe if we throw Scott Murray's body off the back of it, we can.
yeah.
It was him. It was him.
Yeah. So one of those, like, you've just got to not be the slowest person kind of situations.
Yeah, the
Boy.
joke about there's a bear chasing you and you tie your laces a bit tighter. And when you're running next to your friend and he says, that's not going to help you outrun the bear. And he goes, I don't need to outrun the bear.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very
Amazing.
much, Jonny. That was good.
Thank you all.
Um,
I enjoyed
I'll
that.
put some comments up.
Maybe,
Once we have them.
potentially.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Chelsea Bob. Perfect afternoon for some Eldritch goodness. She'll be listening from inside my blanket fort. Very nice.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Wish I could play from within a blanket fort. That'd be nice.
You can if you want to, Jonny. Well,
No one's stopping you.
we would allow it. No one's. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
You're an adult. You can have a blanket fort if you want to.
Thank you. You can leave your friends behind.
Well,
It is kind of awkward when you leave someone on the moon.
oh.
A little.
I think this comment came up when we were chatting to like at the beginning, chatting to Dinning. And in fairness, he insisted on being left behind on the moon. So,
Well, yes, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and yes, but.
Yes, and this one was great as
People
well.
you mildly respect is the most. Yeah, don't be faint.
What was that
this is
about?
about the cryo units, wasn't it?
About
Yeah,
the
I think it
training,
was.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are they legit? Do you trust that these are going to work?
You kind of respect them.
there we go.
What all I was trying to say with that is they're not like the people that you look up to in your field. That was what I was kind of getting at. with that.
People that you mildly respect.
Look
yeah.
sideways
Yeah.
at. And probably, this one is always a good catch-all.
Space is really scary and dark. It's true.
Mm.
Yeah. I was so happy because like I just had so it started off with an idea of wanting to do something that was like something around water, but obviously we did Sam's submarine game. So I didn't like I would have loved to do an underwater game, but I was like, actually, like we've kind of done that. So I decided, and then I was looking for where there's water in the solar system, and it was like Europa's probably the closest one. And then it said about the really sort of ominous creaking sound, and I was like, yeah, great. Just this constant ominous drone in the background of everything that you're doing was just a
Nice.
great little, yeah.
Cool. And we had one follow from J199YUK20.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
There we go.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So Simbaroom on Wednesday, maybe the Big Wet on Thursday, Vessen a week tomorrow, and that's probably the finale of that for the time being. Everything will just be. It'll be fine. Everything. Will be
You're not all going to
fine.
kill us all off in that one as well.
There's a
Hey.
lot of watery badness happening.
Watery graves.
Yeah.
I think my next
I'm
character
telling you,
in the
I've just
Cthulhu
played
story-
Subnautica. There's no other explanation.
I think I'll call my next character Watery Graves. I think.
I thought you were going to say he was going to be called like David Jones.
No.
Yeah, next time, John, we'll have to get you playing Stardew Valley or something. Maybe,
Yes.
something a little lighter.
Neopets.
Neopets. There's a lot of potential there for Cthulhu.
That's true.
mysteriousness.
Yeah. Right, cool. Thanks, everybody. I think that's us. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and hopefully catch you soon. Bye bye.
Cool.